A lot of people are actually chronically dehydrated and don't even know it. Most people are not getting the proper water in. And what happens to your body is so many things that happens to your body due from lack of water. So dehydration, it can cause inflammation in the body. It can actually cause like pain. So like some people think they have like arthritis or they have lower back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, but really it is your body is lacking the proper amount of water. And that is because what happens is when you're only giving your body a little bit of water or not giving it water at all, right? The little water that you are getting is taking it to the most important organs, like the brain, like the heart, like the liver, like the kidneys. Those important organs, the water is going to go there first because those are really crucial. And what happens is the other organs, the other parts of your body like joints and all those different things, they become very water deficient. So when you don't have the proper amount of water around your joints, that actually causes pain and that causes inflammation, because the joints, they need to have that water as like a lubricant around them, and you need that from water. So water is like a very, very, very important thing. Even something I recently discovered about water, which I don't think anybody's pregnant on this challenge, but even moms that have morning sickness is actually caused due to the lack of water, because there's not enough water being fed to like the fetus. So water is just important. Water helps with your skin. Water just helps with so many things. Toxins getting out of your body. If you have an issue with bad breath, body odors, if you're smelling, different ways, water helps with all of that. So I'm going to get into tips. I have 3 tips to give you guys. 3 tips for drinking more water. So my first tip is to use a 32-ounce cup or jug. Okay, if you use a cup or jug, or even like those mason jars, I actually like those mason jars, which is 32 ounces. And the mason jars, you can get them at the dollar stores like Family Dollar, Dollar General. You can get those mason jars at Walmart, Target. You can pretty much pick them up. Even your local grocery store have those mason jars in like the canning section. But if you get a 32-ounce mason jar, you only need to drink 2.5 of those, and that'll give you your 80 ounces for the day. So it's going to be much easier just doing 2.5 of a 32-ounce jar or cup, because you have those different like Yeti cups and different things, because there's so many different brands of the thermals and things. You can get those. If you're going to fill that up 2.5 times, that's going to be easier than having to drink so many bottles of water or having to drink so many small cups. It's going to make it easier. You're like, oh, all I have to do is drink 2.5 of these, and I got my water in for the day. So that's my first tip, getting something that's at least 32 ounces, and that's going to shorten the amount. And even in your mind, it kind of plays a trick on your mind, like, oh, I can do 2.5 of these, it's nothing. That's my first tip. Tip number 1, and I've said this before, start drinking water as soon as you wake up. And I mean before you start brushing your teeth. Keep that water by the side of your bed, on your nightstand, wherever in your room. So soon as you wake up, soon as your eyes open in the morning, start going for that water. And I'm sure people have morning routines, so you can drink the water throughout your morning routine. But the reason why that's effective is because when you wake up first thing in the morning, your body is screaming for water. Your body is so thirsty because you've been sleeping through the night. You haven't had anything to eat or drink in all of those hours, so it wants to be actually hydrated first thing in the morning. And if you do this, I'm telling you, you're going to look at the clock. By noon, you'll be done with your water. Okay, it's like you can just drink so much more water if you start first thing in the morning. And I guess I have 4 tips for you guys. Okay, tip number 3 is try drinking your water, if you can, room temperature. I've mentioned this before too. The reason why I say room temperature water is because it's easier to drink. It goes down so easy. It's not cold. It's not shocking the body. It's not like warm water where you're having to like sip. it is so easy to drink that room temperature water. I actually stopped drinking cold water years ago because I would get cold. I'm like, this cold water is making me cold. So the room temperature water, it really, really works. So if you just change it to room temperature, and it just goes down more quickly. It goes down more quickly than cold water or even hot water. Now, when we get to the super hot months, you know, in the summer and different things where the sun is blasting and it's super hot, then you could go back to that cold water if you want to, because then your body is going to actually need to be cooled down because it's so hot. So room temperature water is going to, let me know if you haven't tried that. Give it a try. Just give it a try for one day and just see how it goes. But for me, I can drink it so easily, okay? And then tip number 4 is going to be to infuse your water. So if you just really do not like the taste of water, if you're like, water is just nasty, I don't like it, it's too plain, there's nothing going on, well, infuse it. You want to infuse it. That means you're going to put some fruit in it. You're going to get some vegetables to put in it to kind of change the taste. So a combination that I like is, I actually like cucumbers and mint leaves and lemon, and it tastes really good. And those 3 combinations is actually really good for bloating, like to help the bloating in your belly. But you can infuse your water with oranges, strawberries. There's so many different things that you can infuse your water with to actually make it taste better. So if the issue for you is like taste, you can infuse it, and you can even look up just different things to infuse. For me, I've only done the cucumber mint leaves, and you can find the mint leaf in the produce section. It's normally in like a little plastic container, and then lemons. That's the only thing that I've used. And then the cucumbers, you just, you know, chop them up. And I'm actually going to I did a video on actually my cucumber, mint leaf, and lemon infused water, and I'm going to send it out in an email. So if I don't have your email, put your email in the comments, or you can DM me your email, because I am going to send out a video this afternoon on how I had infused my cucumber water. I actually kind of go through the steps, everything in the video, so you can see how it looks and how I do it and everything like that. So those are my 4 steps for you today. The first one is getting a 32-ounce cup, because then you only need 2.5 of those cups to actually meet your goal. My second tip is to drink it first thing in the morning, because your body is so thirsty that you can get so much water in. My third tip is the third tip is drinking it room temperature. Room temperature. Okay, I just made a little song. And then my fourth is infuse it. If you don't like the taste, infuse it.